we'll start with the first topic, that is relevance of festivals in India. Okay. So, what is festival for you?
Celebration time.
Okay.
The time to enjoy yourself.
Cool. Yes.
A time related to historic events.
Very
Holidays.
so
Get together.
get-togethers, right? You said holidays. Okay. You say relevance. What do you say? What did you say?
Historic time and everything that happened in history.
Cool. Now the next question is like, does anyone? Okay, your favorite festivals so far?
Holi.
Holi.
Mine is Gurpurab.
Good.
Diwali.
Nice. Favorite festival.
All the festivals.
Okay, so
Holi.
Holi, and you?
Diwali.
Cool. Now, with keeping that in mind, does anyone of you know the origin of the festivals?
Yeah. Holi, yes.
Okay, let's go for Holi and Diwali, then yours because yours will be unique. Holi. Who's gonna go?
There was Prahlad. He was
That's fine. Give it a try.
he believed in God and everything, but his father was very cruel.
Hiranyakashipu.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hiranyakashipu was very cruel and he did not like. He thought that he himself was God and his son to worship him. That didn't happen. So Hiranyakaship's sister's name was Holika and she had a boon that she did not burn in fire. So she sat with Prahlad and then his soldiers lit the chair.
Okay.
But Prahlad didn't burn and she burnt. So that's why we see.
You have the same version. Okay. And Diwali?
Coming back of Lord Ram in Ayodhya.
Yeah. So it's like basically the victory of
It was like Deepavali actually.
Victory
Yeah,
of
Deepavali.
Yeah.
Because there were many
Lamps all
yeah,
over.
lamps all over.
Cool.
There are
So
two stories actually. One is that Krishna defeated Kansuruki.
that's for.
Diwali.
So Diwali was basically known as Deepavali. That was an array of lamps and lots of lights. It was connected to the mythology where it was said that Ram had defeated Ravana. That is like good over evil, something like that. And that's how it came into function. So all of you rightly say that festival is like when people come together. They come for celebration. It relates to mythological events, which eventually elevates our faith and teaches us various lessons. And most of the festivals are equally, and like 60% of those are related to agriculture. It's like coming on of the harvesting and everything. So that's mostly of the festivals. Now keeping that in mind, how do you feel about the festivals? And do you participate in it like the way you should participate before 2 to 3 years back, and now how do you feel about them? The way people celebrate festivals and everything.
Pretty much the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, same. Okay, so 2 years back, so how was the way you used to participate in the festivals, and now what is the way you participate?
It's not the same.
Please, like.
Because of the modern technology which is like so that's why people they don't actually celebrate together with their families. They click and like that.
It happened 2 years back also. Actually.
So I'll give you an example to relate this with. So say 5 years back, when we used to celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi, there used to be like not every house used to have a Ganesh idol, but like only
It was together,
yeah,
4-5
it was
houses
together,
together.
exactly. Or only one huge idol in one complex or in one society.
We still have.
We still
only
have
one.
But like these days, like not everyone, but like most of the houses have Ganesh Chaturthi, and then what happens is they celebrate in their own manner. There is a disco and
Manner and then the Visarjan time, so many crackers.
exactly. So I was traveling home with my friend Anisha here, and we observed this huge giant ass truck, which had VIP rooms like DJ, and they were playing all DJ and dance. Like, and at the same time, the day before, I went on a beach trip with my family, and they were very much celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi in a very traditional and in very sabhya manner, is what we say. So like, do you have any views on how?
I think it's a modern approach to festivals.
So do you think that that is right towards the festival because the way it used to be celebrated like a few years before, the way it was
Like,
supposed to
coin
go
has
in
two sides. I mean, like, there is good, there is bad. Like, you can't justify like is it good, is it bad. It's like it's based on the people who celebrate it. It's like more people now they celebrate it with like doom shoom and all and disco, and then some people they celebrate it traditionally totally and like they literally walk from their houses without shoes to Visarjan and all that. So yeah, there is a difference, but
Does anyone know the origin of Ganesh Chaturthi? Like, why was it being celebrated on a huge scale, large scale?
Some freedom fighters,
Yes.
Lokman.
So this great guy, he decided to do this on a large scale to bring all the people together to unite them. That is a very that is a very thought so that people could be together, they could face like they could enjoy the freedom of they could freedom fight together. That was the original thought. But now that thought has somehow vanished. So like that was the basic reason why Ganesh was being celebrated. But now with every house celebrating it, it's become a nuclear thing. They are not joined together. So that's the basic difference what I was talking about. So like, do you agree to this kind of approach? Like, are you fine with this kind of approach to celebrate festivals?
We used to it.
So as a council member, like, or maybe the member of a society, or yeah. So how have you, like, if you if you're given a chance and opportunity to change the way festivals are being celebrated, how will you do it?
Like Diwali, the kids in my society they bring lots and lots of crackers. I'm not a part of it because I'm not I'm allergic to the dust and all that, so I get breathing difficult. So I never go down on Diwali, but it should be like only with diyas and sweets, with people enjoying together, not with crackers, spreading pollution. And it is said that in olden times it was with only diyas, crackers were not there, and Holi was with I guess those flowers and not colors and water.
Right.
My grandmother.
Any more views?
So after the 10th day of Ganpati, my friends and I, like we were 25-30 of us, we had gone to the beach to clean the beach after the Visarjan, and we saw that yet one more big idol was coming for Visarjan in the morning after the 10th day, so on the 11th day. But we cleared most of the beach. There were many NGOs at that time. And one of my friends, he created a Ganpati out of the plant sand, and then on the third day he put water on that to do its Visarjan. So he did that in an eco-friendly way. So the sand came back to sand.
Okay. How many of you had a Ganpati in the house? Was it eco-friendly?
Yeah.
Very good.
100%.
Very nice. So where was the Visarjan done? Where was the Visarjan
In
done?
our colony there is a little tank
Very good.
structure. So we put the idol.
So did you try and promote the eco-friendly Ganesh idol with your friends also? Did you try to promote the same? Like you should always get eco-friendly Ganesh idols and stuff?
No, actually in our neighborhood only.
Okay. I just want to get to the insight to the point where festivals are not the same way what they were before, and they're being celebrated in a different manner. You guys being a different generation altogether, and you will have, like you said, you have your own approach to celebrate festivals. So how will you? Let's take top 3 festivals. Name top 3 festivals. We'll select those.
Diwali,
Ganesh Chaturthi.
Sorry? Oh, I missed you. I'm so sorry. I missed you.
It's okay.
Please tell us about that.
See, Gurpurab, it's the death anniversary, the birth anniversary of our 10 gurus. It comes almost every month there's one Gurpurab because we have 10 gurus. But the main one is the first Guru Nanak Dev Ji's birth, that is somewhere around in November. They don't have a fixed date, so that is Gurpurab.
Okay.
So it's nothing, we go to the Gurdwara, we lit candles there and enjoy yourself, it's nothing else.
Okay. That's the thing. We have to also to like respect and everything. So keeping these 3 things in mind, like, I'm just saying the top 3. What would your approach be in celebrating those festivals? The way, okay, has any of your parents shared how they used to celebrate the festivals? Diwali, Holi, Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay, no problem. You have experienced and you have seen what is going on right now. So, what do you think? How will people celebrate 5 to 10 years back when you guys grow old, like have white hair and everything?
How will they celebrate?
How will you guys celebrate?
In an eco-friendly
Old
manner.
after 5 to 10 years.
Yes, a bit, sort of.
In an eco-friendly manner.
That would be.
For which festival?
Okay, so you guys on Facebook?
Yeah.
Have you tried, like, before the Ganesha would begin, have you tried promoting that you guys should go with eco-friendly and this and that and this and that and this and that?
I did that on Instagram.
You did on Instagram? How?
With photos.
Of?
Also captions, hashtags.
I did that on WhatsApp.
Okay, so did it gain a lot of footfall, there a lot of likes and everything? Very nice. Cool.
I read on WhatsApp one person has made Ganpati out of chocolate
Wow.
and then he did Visarjan in milk and distributed the milk to the poor.
Yeah, even this is a new trend. That what's happening.
Don't you need to run it? Came in the newspaper.
There's one more trend of making it out of sand and putting seeds into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then pouring water on it so that it
There's a new work. So very nice thought. Okay. Okay. So, what do you think of eco-friendly? Is it? Do you think because a lot of my friends who had Ganesh idols, I didn't. I've told them I won't visit your Ganesh at your place because it's not eco-friendly. That's what I told to 5 of my friends. But they still went ahead and bought the non-eco-friendly one. So, do you think that we could bring a change to people's mind, like you should go with eco-friendly?
You should go with eco-friendly. There are new companies made like puppy and mash, like it's even better than eco-friendly. It's like just dissolves totally.
Or rather than that, we can use just one permanent Ganpati, like made of marble or metal.
Yeah, people do that. Like they do the Visarjan, then they clean it and keep it inside somewhere, and every year they do new decoration to it.
So basically, the main aim of this topic is like there was no relevance to what is happening right now, and we want to promote a better and a safe festival to protect the environment. Do you have any views on this topic, Anisha?
No, I don't.
Cool, no problem.
My favorite festival is Diwali, but I like the diya part about it. Like when we paint diyas, like each year, I go to my cousin's house in Bandra, and then we just paint diyas. We have a nice time, and then we just display them outside. But what I don't like about them is the firecrackers. Well, we can just change that because I know why the firecrackers were there. It's because they wanted to manipulate. I mean, like the celebration. They wanted to make it like the celebration. So then instead we could just like dance and all. We could just dance, sing songs, all of us. Because Diwali is about like being together, not about releasing greenhouse effect.
Yeah, basically, there's less time for even families to come together, let alone the immediate family, wherein, everyone, your parents might come back late from work and all, but also the extended family. So this is like, one occasion where people come together. So rather than wasting time and money bursting crackers and harming the environment, it could be a better way to indulge in a one-on-one conversation, probably. Have a nice meal together.
I also have an experience in Holi. I wasn't there this year in Holi, but my auntie, Rupali auntie, she lives there. She lives in the other wing, and she had like a whole campaign against water Holi this year. Cause last year we used so much water. Like we had water guns, and there was this big shower that they used. It went all over and over, and then the water stopped only. like all our shower water was being used. Like the water was all being drained from.
It's a sheer waste. And that too when there are farmers who are committing suicides for because there's a lack of water and so it need to be slightly humane and
Tolerant.
tolerant, aware of where we're going as
Empathetic.
people. Yes, very right. So Hiranmai, what are your
Wait,
thoughts?
wait,
Which is
wait.
your favorite festival?
Diwali.
Diwali.
So on Diwali, we should not burn the crackers and not do pollution in our surroundings, but we can make diyas, paint it, we can make paper lanterns, we can give diyas free to the people by painting paper lanterns for some money, and the money we get from the paper lanterns, we can use it and donate, use it for buying stationery for the poor children and donate it to the other people. So Diwali should be like this, that no environment should not be harmed and everyone gets the things he wants or he needs or his requirements.
Yeah, the idea is to help the lesser privileged and could probably give more meaning to your festival by reaching out to
And
others
Diwali
who
is
do
not about only bursting crackers but helping others and being friends with each other like it. And no one is poor, no one is rich like that. Everyone are equal. Yes.
That's nice.
My favorite festival is Ganesh Chaturthi. Like we go to people's houses and we like eat, have fun and everything. But there's one thing that there's a lot of noise pollution. When we're taking the Ganpatis to like the Visarjan and everything, the drums and everything, and there are hospitals nearby and they do not even care. They're still playing the drums. So I think the government should like stop those people. They should make some rules of stopping.
The police are there. The police are there on the beach for security when Ganpati
The noise decibel levels need to be controlled.
So they watch for security with the binoculars. They also have to watch any group of some people are making much noise and the sound level.
My favorite festival is Diwali. But the thing that I hate about Diwali is that people spend a lot on firecrackers and buying new clothes. So, like recently, I took part in one of the things called Kabar Ka Jugaad, where we do upcycling. We make new stuff. We make new stuff from old stuff, but it's just so different from recycling because for recycling we send it to factories and factories release harmful smoke and that even pollutes our environment. So upcycling is like you can do something at your house only.
Okay.
So we can make new clothes at our house only. And second thing is like when we burst firecrackers and we have a dog at our house, the dog got so scared and like my friend's dog actually got sick because of it.
Right, so that all of this, yes, Kabir.
I agree, and even I don't know, my last building, this guy launched a firecracker into someone's house and he got hit with the firecracker.
Oh, that's so sad.
That happened too, but nobody got hit luckily. Like,
So we move on to the next topic, that is the onslaught of modernization on both moral values and discipline. So what do you understand by moral values? This is
Moral
wide
values
base.
such as touching the feet of the
Okay.
Listening to what the parents say.
Okay.
basically obeying.
Okay.
Discipline.
Discipline in your opinion. Discipline is a completely different topic, but with right now. That is a moral value. Yes.
Discipline and
Okay. What has their school is there an emphasis on moral values that you should do something like this? Could be
We
like
have a
that.
moral science period twice a week.
What happens
Big
then?
chapters, and then it is like the teacher explains the value of being kind, and then they perform skits and that. She'll explain the chapter and then she'll say, now you pick any of your moral value and perform a skit. So then we show the moral value and then it's like that.
Okay.
Sixth and only value education.
Okay. So for me, there are a set of principles which guide me to decide between what's right and what's wrong. That's what moral values are. So a person whose moral values are properly set, so his character will reflect that. So for one person, his moral values are something else, and he would say this is right and that is wrong. But for the other person, this would be right and that would be wrong. It's like that. It's a bit confusing, but still. So when an appropriate person's characteristic or a personality would reflect discipline, like I said, it's also one of them. There will be honesty, there will be integrity, compassion, forgiveness, and to love everyone. So these are like the moral values which a person should ideally have. And this is what is supposed to reflect. Now, what do you mean by discipline?
Being in order.
Okay. Like, do you follow discipline? Do you want to be disciplined?
Not always.
Okay. Discipline is basically separate. So like I said, not always. Not everyone likes to be disciplined. Discipline is basically suppressing your own likes or your own base likes. So if I want to do something really, I know it's not cool. It's bad, sort of bad. But it will be my discipline that will stop me from doing it. This is like who are the most disciplined people in the world? Take a wild guess, or maybe in a country.
Teachers maybe.
Someone bigger than that.
Principal.
Someone more bigger than that.
Prime Minister.
Someone more bigger than that.
God.
ARM.
Who?
ARM.
Who are AR? That's AR Rahman. Okay.
He is just.
The most disciplined people are the soldiers. So nobody can go beyond them. Everyone who is there is always lower than them. They are the most disciplined people on the planet. They are, because you always find them strict. You must have seen movies like where they are so strict and so disciplined. If you want an example, you can watch the movie Laksh. So where Hrithik is always like, I just want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. He's always confused. He's very laid back. And then he decides to go back to decides to go to military, join military, and then what comes out of him is a completely disciplined, completely polished guy. So that's what discipline is all about. What I wanted, the question should be, okay, so has everyone got the idea what moral values or what discipline would be? Okay. Are those useful in today's times?
Yes.
How?
Like nowadays, I have a friend in my class. Every time they're talking about an English lecture, and then the word grandmother comes, she's like, my grandmother, she's very bad, she's this, she's that. And one day we were studying about volcano, she told the teacher, I've seen a real volcano. Teacher told, where, Kathi? My mother. So we were like, this is not the way you should speak. So we should be kind to the grandmothers and grandparents. Like they don't have friends now, or they're alone at home. So we should give some time to them. So like that, it is important.
Does everyone have social science? Sorry, moral science, right? Moral
It's
science.
value education or moral
Okay.
science.
Do you have subjects like that? No. Which standard is it? You?
Ninth.
You? No subject like that? You sir? Cool. Have you had a subject like that?
What?
Have you had a subject like that?
No.
We had like the fifth life skills.
6.
Okay.
Not generally, I think they have more of workshops coming in class.
Yes.
Right? Like
Yes.
skills
Life
training, life skills
Cool.
training.
So were you in any manner attracted or liked that particular subject? Moral values.
Only till the 7th standard. So she used to make us just kids and understand the value. Now this year teachers said that she'll only read the stories and tell. So we were like, we wanted to tell her one day allow us to do a skit. She's like, we do not tell her anything. We pray that she should be absent today because she's very boring.
Okay. So what I'm coming from is when I travel in metro to go back to home, there are people who are extremely rude. They will push you this type of way and they won't even say sorry to you. I mean, for them it's like, hey, fine, it's fine. This is Mumbai, it's city. It's like whenever a person just passes by, just bashes you, just brushes you, it's considered as okay because we are living in city. It is not a good sign, or it's not a good personality. So and normally what happens is, and if you do the same, they'll give you a look. A very bad way they're gonna bash you up. So when moral values and discipline come into picture, these things won't matter. Have any answer, please?
Even like against women, people act very rudely against women, and especially in India because the laws aren't that full. That's why.
So that's where the moral values come in again,
Yeah.
because for those kind of people,
Yeah.
what they do, they think that's right for them. But for us as a society, that's not right, because hurting someone is never the right thing to do. Okay. Has any one of you ever traveled in a Western railway, like normal train?
Yeah.
Okay. And then metro?
Yeah.
I
I
just
just
came
came from there.
Have you noticed the difference?
Yeah, in metro in Ghatkopar, the station, you need to stand in a line for entering the.
Yeah. So that's the discipline what we're talking about.
Yeah.
This is where the moral values sort of
But
thing.
Dhamma, you try, the people outside will push the people who have to come out, and then there's a big problem. Like the stations which have the train connecting everywhere, that's the biggest problem there. Delhi, everywhere there's metros.
Okay.
The stations which are connecting all the trains, they have a very big problem. The guards have to stand to stop the people and then let them come out and then get in.
So the best part of metro is like they have a person standing outside every compartment. So they are the So they are the one who are disciplining people who are saying, hey, come on, make some lines, and you need to give way for the people to carry out. That's when you can get it. So they are trying to reinforce the discipline thinking into metro so that it doesn't become like a normal train job.
There were no people saying that. People were, yeah, there were Mumbai metro. There was no one. People were there.
Talking about discipline, my father actually visited Japan once.
Oh, yeah.
And you are so much disciplined that that maglev trains, you stand in a line. You don't break the queue at all. Even if they are in a hurry, they
But,
The
yeah.
same thing happens in Ghatkopar.
The most disciplined places are amusement parks.
Why?
You stand in lines, like.
Yeah, so this is one of the most disciplined culture. The only strict culture is Japanese culture, which are very disciplined. And how come you did not find anyone outside metro people? Because normally when you go to Andheri or Ghatkopar, there are people standing outside.
Not always. Timing still there.
Shifts
Probably
maybe.
peak hours.
Cool. So how can these moral values and disciplines help a person become a better person?
They learn to respect other people and
Okay.
be good to them.
Okay. So do you think your okay, what is the moral value that you support? Okay, I'll give you a list of it so that you would kind of relate to it because okay. So what I thought was that is courage, integrity, honesty, compassion, sustainability. There is love. There is forgiveness. So basically, you have to just give a word, if not even these words. So basically, a moral values are those disciplines, like a principle, what you believe in, which makes you make the difference between right and wrong. So what do you think you are, or what do you think you believe in, or what do you think you support?
We should adjust.
Okay, we have one over there. Sir?
Honestly.
Okay.
Everything except for discipline. I don't support discipline.
Okay.
Respect. We should respect the younger ones, the elder ones, everybody.
You?
courage to speak the truth. Honestly.
Okay, very nice.
Forgiveness.
Okay. So, like, do you actually believe in all, like, you get to do practice these moral values? Okay. So can you give an example, like a very extreme example? No? That's how.
So once like it was a terminal exam paper. So one answer of mine was wrong, and the teacher had yet given it to me right. So I went to her and said that you've given this right, even though it should be wrong. So she was very impressed.
So, modernization has also, if you, have to look at it, evaluate things, has also affected our moral values, the moral disciplines that human beings say like 1,000 years back had. So do you have see something in particular and which really bothers you and things which you would like to change at your level? Yes.
I'm a Muslim, so Bakra Eid. So they say that they kill goats for sacrifice. Why sacrifice the poor little goats? If they want to sacrifice, why don't they just sacrifice themselves? You don't just go off killing goats and saying it's for sacrifice.
Yes.
They have to sacrifice. If they want to sacrifice, then they should just sacrifice themselves. Don't make other species sacrifice.
True.
The reason why they cut goats is like the story is totally different. That Allah came and was saying someone that you give me your kid, so I won't destroy the world. So instead of giving the kid, they actually like gave a goat and they cut it and they ate. Something was like that. So that's why we celebrate Bakri Eid. And the other day, like my mom's office is where like a Muslim area, and beside the staircase there's a like gutter type thing, a sewer. So the water was like blood was just flowing and bones and blood and all that.
They're making other species die for this, and like many have already been extinct. The dodo bird, which is before they used to eat it for dinner. These guys who used to stop on the islands, and the rest like they used to do many things. Now this rare Indian cheetah also has become extinct because they used to kill it. The skin
Was used to like make clothing and purses. And now the Bengal tiger is also endangered, but the giant panda was endangered, but now it's vulnerable.
There's this medicine in China, like in China there were a lot of tigers before, but then there's this like ancient medicine where they take the tiger's bones and they extract some bone marrow and they make that medicine, and that medicine actually works a lot. So now there are no tigers there. There are no tigers in China at all. So what they're doing is that they're telling Indians to catch our tigers and give it to them, and they give large amounts of money for that.
Poaching, yes.
In China.
Speak after.
In China or some other place, my friend was saying that they celebrate some festival in which they cut the dogs and eat their dogs, like their own pet dogs. Like, why do they need to even then? Why do they buy a dog if they want to kill it? Like the whole year they're just caring, giving food and all that, and they're like just giving lots of love to that dog, and then at the end they are just going to eat it. Then why do you want to buy a dog?
It's not like a good show of morals any which ways. Yes, I guess.
Now, people, like not here, but North America, South America, and places in Russia and China, they have started even here. We have this Sundarbans, Ranthambore. We are making tiger reserves, and like even these animals are getting scared of us, and they attack us, and like they have given a proper reserve. But China, there was this reserve where a couple was there. The lady got angry and she went out of the car. A tiger saw her and he got really angry that same species related, connected, and it pounced on her. And even though it was trained not to harm, it was like given like shot with tranquilizers. It killed that woman, and another lady from the car came and tried to help, but she got a few scratches from it. So these animals also attack us because they're endangerment and they want to live themselves, they want peace.
The modernization and the change has had
But
probably a psychological impact on their species too. So they're also confused with things.
Happened. My class people went to the 5th standard, and it is that you are not allowed to enter anyone else's class because then the robbery thing in that snacks break time. So even our teachers told no one will enter your class. So it's like the girl came and she told her not allowed to come in our class. They entered, they were like, they tried to bully the child came to the class teacher and they told, and the class teacher told, once more you try to enter her class, you see what happens. And that was someone's sister in my class.
Okay.
So that means you should respect what they are saying. You have some rules, you follow them, follow the rules made by others also. So that's how you respect.
Can all of you all give me one example or one of the best, like I need 2 examples, I need to listen to what experience you have so far. I need one best experience of moral values and discipline and one the worst experience of moral values and discipline. You can choose any other topic, but I need 2 examples, like one best and one worst. We can start with Sanisha Verma.
I should think. I adjust with my brother like every day, every second when he said I need to adjust. Like if there's one cookie, it goes to him. And so because he's younger, so then I need to understand that he's younger, so I need to give it to him. So
That's nice. This compassion, that's your giving nature.
yeah.
But that's an interesting
But I
idea.
have no choice.
So,
I have to think.
okay. But do think, don't stop over there. I'll start with my extreme things. It was my friend's birthday, like sort of best friend's birthday, and I'm going out talk the topic over it. And so you know what happens in a guy's birthday parties and everything. You guys booze and stuff. So these guys were already high and they are very much open party goer. So they were forcing me on a level you can't even believe that. So they were forcing me so much that they almost tempted me to go for it. But it was my choice to not go for it because it was my discipline. It was not given to my base desires. Because I knew that I was the only, like if someone has to drive the car, it would only have to be me. If someone has to handle these idiots, it will only have to be me. So it is like, it is a discipline that makes a person strong enough to go against every base desire or to go against every wrong that could happen to anyone and everyone. So this was my example of the worst one. Something from you.
Okay, so there is one friend of mine. She was just really bad, okay? But then all of us, we decided that, okay, we were discussing this secret. We decided to put her in. But we knew she's going to do something wrong. So we still took her in and then we told her not to do anything which would be really bad. But when we told her, the next day everybody started coming and asking us regarding that. And it was so bad, but we had to forgive her. We couldn't, girls don't beat up.
Oh.
We had to.
Cool. One instance where teacher, how were you saying something?
Yeah. So there was a chalk fight in my class and even I was involved in that. So then the teacher from the other class came and she asked, so I wondered.
You should have.
Yeah.
Okay, that was honesty on a big time level. What happened then?
No, nothing. Because I was the favorite of that teacher. So he punished me for some like half an hour, 45 minutes outside the class. He didn't give me any remark or anything.
Cool. One instance where teacher has told you that you're not disciplined. Where is your discipline? Where is your manners? कभी ऐसा हुआ है?
I bunked a class once.
Okay. You? Okay.
Anyways, poaching has already been made illegal.
Yes, it is. On paper.
Yeah, but now people just break the laws for money because they're just filled with envy these days. Some people.
So how do you think this could change? Or if we say Aryan is in charge of tackling the poaching issue in India, so what would we do?
Spread awareness, I guess. Actually, poaching is a topic in our documentary.
Okay.
We got
The
poaching,
one which is going to release in December.
We've got poaching, improper waste disposal, deforestation, and global warming.
Okay.
Yeah, and adding
that oh great, I forgot what to say, but it was something about that.
Okay.
I'll
same
think
here.
about it.
Yeah, sure. Hiranma, your thoughts?
I strongly believe that we should stop animal testing because like if we think that thing will not work on us, why to do it on animals? And when those like these things have side effects on the animals, those animals are given to the dog shelters and then nobody takes them, adopts them. So that is it's a ruin for their life.
It's also an important
Like
part. There.
some people eat fishes and chicken, but if we don't eat them, then like
The balance in the
yeah,
ecosystem.
the balance will just like go like forward, and then many fishes are there. One small sea and like so many fishes. Like and indirectly we have to eat them. Otherwise, like it's like
Yeah, okay.
they just like
Yes,
say,
yes.
like, keep on increasing.
Correct. Okay.
Okay, you say you're not disciplined. So is there one instant or one moment of your life where you were oh, I was so disciplined? Except for you guys are honest bunch of
No, I'm
people.
disciplined. Actually, in our new class, there are a lot of verbal abuses, and I don't speak anything, but they speak into each other, and they talk about teachers and they are stupid and everything. But I don't get involved in that.
Okay, I'm not that honest. What he said, I am involved in that. But it has never been like so serious. The teacher says, where is your discipline? So just be like, please be quiet, sit. That's all.
Okay. Our previous topic was, and previous to previous, the second session topic was biodiversity, where we give the saplings. Okay. Saplings were given out, and the basic aim was to spread the greenery and tell people that hey, we need green to breathe, we need green to live nicely. So you guys, like whoever received the saplings or whoever are taking care of the saplings, that's where our intention was to see to it that you guys take care of it properly. And like that is where moral value comes into picture because you respected the other life to stay and to sustain. Like that part is sustainability, so that could be one of the moral values which we support. So if anyone asks you, hey, what is the moral value that you ever support? One of them could be sustainability because you're trying to sustain a life to give away to another life. Okay, so just one more example. Sorry, one more question. This is okay. How has discipline helped you so far in your life?
I just mentioned there are very verbal abuses around me, but I don't get involved, so I think that has helped me.
So are they being targeted at you? No, but that happens in your school or in class.
But the teachers don't know. They think that these children are very good. Then we will, but they don't know what they do behind their backs.
Okay, moving back to the first topic, like just want to see when you say your favorite topic is this and that. So how do you actually celebrate it? Let's start with you. Okay, you begin. Your favorite festival is Holi?
No, Diwali.
Diwali. How do you celebrate it?
I don't burst crackers.
Okay.
Mostly. Yeah, and I like see that my friends also don't burst crackers. And we do something else on the night of Diwali. And we distribute clothes in the orphanage.
Oh, very nice. Okay, that's a nice one. You, ma?
Not nice one. Simple, not simple kind of. We don't use that abhi and stuff. We obviously use water.
Okay. What's Abhi? Abhi?
It's some color which you put in faces.
Okay.
That is the main perspective, but we don't use it. We use it water.
Very good.
So then this is wasted water. Every year there's a notice put that don't use water, but still they do it. And like Diwali, we celebrate Diwali in another way because it is like our guru had done something at that time. So for us Diwali is that. So my grandmother used to lit candles, one diya in every room, and she used to make those meethe chawali. I don't know how it is made, but she used to make that, and then we used to give it to everyone in the family and enjoy ourselves.
So, which is your favorite festival?
Ganesh Chaturthi.
Okay. How do you celebrate it? You said?
Diwali, like we burst less crackers, not no crackers, less crackers. And now we light diyas around the building and sometimes give sweets to the not so fortunate.
No.
I have never done any crackers in my life.
So your favorite festival is Diwali?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I make rice rangoli. Because I'm very eco-friendly. Because in our house, with food color, I color the rice and then I make it.
That's new. If you're given an opportunity, like right now, I'm giving you this leadership thingy for a day, and you have I'm not saying this that I'm giving you. I'm saying that someone from society is giving that. Hey, you are the leader for tonight or for the next 2 days. And how would you want to celebrate Diwali in our society or in my society, something like that? How would you go about it? Like pick a wild guess.
Okay, so I would put a limit to the crackers because I know kids like me won't do without crackers. So I put a limit to the crackers and the amount of pollution caused.
Okay. You?
I agree.
So like, has anyone
I
has
will keep a lantern competition, lantern making competition.
very has it any time occurred to you guys कि hey यार this is not the right way to do something like this? अगर मैं होता फिर मैं कुछ और तरीके से कर देती या फिर कर देता.
That could be like the money for the crackers could be collected and given to someone who needs it. Like there are many patients who are suffering from some disease and don't have the money to cure those. So the money of the crackers could be given to them and celebrate Diwali with only diyas and lights.
Using Ganesh.
Actually, we bring the idol from Thana.
Okay.
So while bringing the idol, other people are also taking and they have this big idol. And talking, they dance all around and talking there also. If I was there, I wouldn't do such a foolish thing. And it was the night time, so noise pollution also. And they got crackers also, so air pollution.
Anisha, how do you celebrate the Diwali or your favorite festival?
I celebrate like her. I've never bursted any crackers, and I don't see any point where they are bursting that big sound crackers, which really fears people who are walking on the road, especially during Diwali and Ganesh Chaturthi. There is no point. There is no fun. Also, there is no beautiful. Like I know the rocket which goes on the sky, it shows some beautiful stuff. But what is about that bomb which is giving some sound? There is nothing to it. So that's pointless. So if given a chance, I would really ban all those kinds of crackers. For me, those fulgeries and probably those anal and all those were fine. So yeah, for me, Diwali is always meeting my friends. We go out for dinner, and some other relatives come to my house. It's always about wearing good clothes, clicking some pictures, sharing thoughts. That's it. And yes, Ganesh Chaturthi has taken a big leap from what it was like day before yesterday. Only I was reading an article. So Pune Ganpati is really famous. Like you're in Mumbai, Lal Bagh Raza is famous. In Pune also there is. Yes. So their resurgence was like really disciplined. Like there were people on the right, there were people on the left, and the idol was also very small. And they actually sang the aarti, like the aarti which we have, and that's how they all went for the resurgence. So there was no noise pollution, there were no dirty Bollywood songs and drunk people dancing on the road. So that's how it should be. Like if you want to go celebrate, go on the roads, and of course they didn't block the roads and the traffic wasn't for hours and hours. So if given a chance, we would really work on those parts where we are not making other people suffer. The whole point is that.
When I was young, or maybe say when I was of your age, I'm not that old. What we used to do during Diwali was we used to like dress up. Our mom used to wake up early in the morning, so like wake up at 5 o'clock, get ready, get dressed, get bathed, get properly bathed, and feel fresh, get out of the house. So since then, what we used to do is like we used to go to like there was a good gang of like 12 to 15 people of us, and we used to visit everyone's house. That used to happen in the morning. Like you go in the morning, you wish everyone happy new year and good morning, and also you used to get sweets. So that was the ultimate aim. But and then in the night also you go to do the same thing. You wear new clothes, you see the lights everywhere. You go help each of the friends' house. You help decorate their house, their gallery with lights and everything. And then in the end, I'm sorry, we used to burst crackers. We have stopped doing that now, however. But yeah, at least one cracker has to be there because it's Diwali and we celebrate. We used to celebrate Diwali like that, so there has to be the same celebration. Not many, but one. Like something that doesn't cause much of a pollution because we support non-pollution, not polluted Diwali. But and then later we hang out in the night and then we discuss, hey, what do you think how Diwali was and how Diwali could be?
There's an island in the ocean. It's very small. It's called Midway Island, and it's got more bird population than human population. But like a photographer went, so then there were dead birds found there, and so then they wanted to see what they killed them. So then they cut their stomachs open, and then they found out that when they cut their stomach open, there was all junk waste that had been seed up. It led to the Midway Ocean, and then the birds were starving. They ate that. That's how they died.
So the pollution in the ocean with them.
Yeah, I have 2 points. First is that these days people are preferring to have items, non-veg items for proteins, when actually we have a veg solution pulses, which is a house of proteins, and like maybe chicken may have 4-5 gram more proteins than pulses. What you can do is increase the intake of pulses, because there have been many wrestlers who have been veg and they have been taking the intake of pulses, ghee and all that.
Soya and
yeah.
other veg also.
Yeah, for building their bodies. And the second thing is that yes.
Okay, Riva.
There's a place, there's a sea or place, I don't know what is it exactly, called Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle.
Connects Miami, Mexico and Florida. Like I heard someone saying that the boats and whatever ships and boats, they just disappear.
Vanish.
Because like the god is saying that stop killing animals, otherwise whoever comes here they'll kill them. So like of course that's not the truth, but like people are getting scared and now they are stop killing some animals.
So bringing back the culture should be the ultimate aim of your generation, of course, and I'm still trying to do that. And because that's what the topic was, the relevance of festivals in India. It was something else before. It was way too awesome. It is not way too awesome now. It's only we burst crackers and then we watch television shows because they do something like tamasha and then that's all. Like there is no happiness. There's lights for the sake of lights. So let's bring back if possible. I mean, I know this is the last session and we guys would hardly meet, or maybe if you guys ever visit KidZania, we might just bump into each other. But if you could take this as an assignment or not, but maybe think on yourself to feel good maybe, or to tell people like this is what it was, so that even people will respect you much of a, like I would want you to take a step forward, like, and whenever Diwali is coming in, right? It's October 30th October. But KidZania
is on 1st of
okay. So we are celebrating Diwali from 22nd of KidZania. You could come and you can check out what Diwali was and what Diwali could be, and then take the inspiration from there and go back to society. How many gang of friends do you have? Like how many friends do you have in society?
12 to 30.
Close down 10.
Cool. Cool, no problem. No problem. So see, like you guys have like good gang and good population in India, and like almost every building, the entire society might be looking up to gang. This is the gang which represents our society, sort of thinking. So you could do this thing where people could actually love you, like basically adore and respect your step. You can do this. Like first track is this fine, but see to it there's no pollution. Visit each other's house and wish good morning because parents miss that. They say कि this is, there is no, because they will keep behind कि culture अपना ये था वो था अभी वैसा कुछ नहीं. You can do this.
So basically, I belong to a Rajasthani family. So few years back, I visited Rajasthan on Diwali during November vacations. So I have never seen. So I used to wake up around 8 in the morning because it was my vacation time. So during that New Year day, I suddenly like some songs are coming and my granny is constantly tripping. In Mumbai, people don't know anything. Then I woke up and I saw there are these 15, 16 kids around and they are dressed up so nicely as if they are going to a wedding. And they visit to every house to touch everybody's feet and to wish Diwali. And in return, as he said, they used to get some sweets or anything. So when I came back and then 2 years back, me and my people became friends. So now I'm 24, so when I was 22. For me, I was feeling a bit shy that I'm not too young to do this, but then like we all of us with other kids, we visited everybody's house in our building and they really felt so nice that the culture, the whole point of this new year coming, giving respect, we could see the happiness in people's house where we visited. So the whole point what he's saying, can we do that, like you really have a good gang, so not really budge into someone's house early in the morning, but just to wish them outside their door, Happy Diwali, have a Happy New Year. So that can also bring a good smile on their face and they can, okay, yeah, some things are really there. So that's the thing.
So basically the ultimate aim of festival, like any festival, is where you get together, you celebrate happiness together. So like you guys being the council member, like out of whatever 3,500 endorsements, and out of those 3,500 people, we selected you guys for a purpose, because you people, you represent KidZania, you guys represent the kids everywhere around. And I'm not saying that this is your head, this is your responsibility. Hello, it's not that. I'm saying this could be an approach to a better life, to where they can experience a better culture.
So I was reading this book online. It's about mysteries of some flight 401, which is from a plane called a TriStar. Yeah.
MD11.
So it was flying, and then in the Bermuda Triangle, this light bulb was faulty. So they were going to land in Miami, I think, and the light bulb was for when the landing gears would come down or not. So the light bulb just wouldn't come on. So they kept putting it off and on, and they were right in the Bermuda Triangle then. So they wouldn't work. So they went down. They thought obviously the landing gear is on. There can't be any problem. So what they did is the captain's his hand, when he was like getting up, he has to hold something. It hit some switch which lowers the plane's altitude. So it was going very low, and it kept going lower and lower. Like it crashed into Miami. Then when this guy saw it, so he called other people to help him find bodies. There were actually survivors. There was actually this dog who survived because it's a very big plane. But the real thing is, when they actually searched for more wreckage and why the plane crashed, they saw like ghosts. I don't know.
That's unidentified object. That's what.
Yeah, they saw some of that. They saw some shadows walking around on top of the wreckage. That was really good.
Okay, so yeah,
Everything is lost when it's under the sea.
Right.
Everything is shut down. The plane's transponder is only for a month. After that, it's gone. You have to find it in a month. That's the only chance you got. So as he said, there's another jet now. It was flying in the triangle's borders. Brazil, Air France 447. No, I'm not sure. Some 2001, I think so. So while flight, everything was like fine, and like
there was bad weather and it was near Bermuda. It was the worst weather, and Amazonian jungle areas are filled with storms. The locator of the jet, which is located below the wings, it froze. It actually froze with ice, and the plane was the readings, the altitude, the speed, everything shut down. The pilot pulled the plane up. It went up, it stalled, and it was falling like a stone. And the plane again turned on, and then it was known as the ghost plane. And then suddenly, what happened is the jet, it went into the sea, but many jets which have crashed, they are under the sea. The oddest thing is that they are really deep. They are not like on a place where you can just send a submarine in the end. Almost all of them are related that they have gone deep. Even this Air India flight, which had been bombed, it also went to the deepest point where it could be found. And they actually found that they were actually survived. It was like on the high altitudes, they were survivors, but they didn't live long. They said like they floated on the wreckage of the engine, but then after 3 days they died of fever. And all these, but they were actually survivors. And even like America had this space launch called Atlantis, which blew up in midair. 3 survivors made it to the ground, but died. I don't know.
Okay, so we covered like a gamut of topics here, beginning with festivals and immoral acts which happen in society, and then the mystery angle of Bermuda triangles and flags. Yes.
It's continuing what I said. People who are actually born in those areas where the Bermuda Triangle is actually know what's going to happen there. So there was this who was from Miami, and she was on the plane. So she was getting very scared. She knew the plane was going to crash. She's like, oh God, what do I do? Should I leave the plane or am I wrong? So she actually left the plane, and then she was really so sad. Obviously did. I just told you.
Okay, guys. So we discussed immorality a lot. So let's talk about some moral values, and let's talk about how moral values affects you. As in, which you think moral value defines you as a person, and it has helped you in life so far, practicing that one good thing which you do. And probably also seeing something which is morally correct in the public space. You've seen some act of morality, and it has really impressed you, and it has left a mark on your memory. So where do you want to begin from? Aryan, would you like to start?
Yeah. Being a good person can.
So which moral value would define Aryan? So you think, yeah, I'm this. There could be more than one if you want.
Do I need to say it, or do?
No, you say it. No, there's also some level of introspection which you feel.
You know what? I think we should start from somebody else.
Okay, Reva?
The thing that describes me is I cannot see anybody suffering. I cannot see someone suffering. Even if that person is suffering from fever, or someone is getting tortured by someone else. People we have seen that some people are just harassing someone innocent, and I cannot see that. And I really feel to fight. But then, being a small child, what happens if I go in front, nobody will even bother. They'll say yeah, he's just a child. She cannot do anything. She doesn't understand anything. They'll just ignore me. But I don't want that to happen. So my goal is when I grow up, I'm going to learn self-defense, and I'm really going to help everyone with that. Like maybe I'll start teaching everyone self-defense, or like just start protecting everyone.
So this moral value, which is very good, you should have some kind of an empathy towards people who are suffering. So has it helped you in your life so far? Or,
Yeah,
does it
like
have any?
once I was just doing like a skating competition was like going on in my building, like just like that. So I was just going, I was too slow, and my just like friend was just trying to like I was slow, but still she was fast, but she was just going slow. And then she decided, no, I have to prove myself, and she started going fast. Like if you just start going fast like quickly, then you may fall. She like just it happened with her, and I really like returned back and helped her. And then she got up, and then she started moving. She left me behind. But when they were declaring the winner, that time she said like, no, I think Reva should be the winner because like she helped me, and I like it, I kind of cheated her. Like I never got hurt. I purposely did that.
Oh, that was.
Like she just purposely did that, so I'll just go behind and help her. But still, she was so kind to me. Like I feel really.
She
good.
realized it later, so
Yeah.
that's all's well that ends well. Any act of good morals which you've seen in a public space which has affected you to some you really liked it? Is there something which comes to mind?
No, but like after seeing the movie Akira, I'm feeling like, yeah, we shouldn't see anyone like getting tortured. Help everyone. Like that's a message that I got from movie Akira, and everybody should see it. Every girl should see it.
Oh, that is quite a considerable point. Yes. We'll go.
Being down to earth, I guess, because like I've seen many of my friends, like the servants that come to our house, they treat them like, oh, you're not clean that place, go there, do that. I don't think that's a good idea because everyone should be treated equally, and I can see like the sadness in their face when like those children being so small talking to such elder people working in our houses. It's really bad.
Okay. So has this moral value or this thought which you had helped you in any incident, or have you seen something in a public space which has stayed behind?
Can I get a moment?
Sure.
Everyone should be equality. Everyone should think that everyone is equal. At some places, some maids come to work at their house, they neglect them. See, they say, why did you do that? And they say, this one is the correct way. They say sorry, but they don't forgive them. Everyone should be equal, and no one should be neglected.
Is there something you saw somewhere which?
No, not like it, but I have a cute vision.
If I can define me is of course willpower, and whatever I can do to the fullest for my motherland. Of course, when you just hear all the about all the great warriors being Rana Pratap and everyone, that to the last, each and every Rajput had just surrendered in front of Akbar. But still he fought, and not only he, an animal fought with him. That was Chetak, of course. So, and I have one of my my mother's brother who was an engineer, and he had a very good, nice post and everything. But he literally said that so much this land has done for me, so it's my time now. And he left his engineering, and now he's like into the computer stuff, that hacking all the passwords and everything, for the whichever, if you get
Ethical hacking.
yeah, all that. So he is like sometimes from Mizoram at the edges of the border.
Right.
Yeah. So his mother told him to stop, but no. He's like, I want to do whatever
He
now.
wants to do his bit for
for the land. And woman power, of course. After such a campaign and everything, it's been a big change. People have understood, and if they see anything happening around them, they of course are still, raising their voice up and stopping it. And similarly, I remember one incident that happened in my school in the corridor. It was the break time, and the 7th standard children had come from up down to meet their miss, the last standard miss and all. So there were some 2 girls standing in the corridor, and they tried to physically touch them. So I and my friend, we because they were trying to run, we literally held their collar and we dragged them to nurse. And then they were my miss took them to the ma'am. And then and after finally they accepted that yes, they physically tried to touch that girl. And then around they were like for 15 days, for 1 month they couldn't come to school.
Okay.
It was like
Punishment.
In my school,
Okay.
there's a sir whose name is Shireen sir. He like hits boys. He even hits girls. He even there's a girl in my grade itself, but not in my class. In my friend's class. She's also my good friend. So that sir was like always. Her name is Kushi. So like Kushi this, Kushi that, Kushi this, Kushi that. Always Kushi, Kushi, Kushi. And then when she does a mistake, sir is always correcting her. But if my friend does a mistake, he doesn't even like think about it. And once he saw and he's shouting at my friend, and she even got hurt in her leg, but still she was dancing. She's not seeing that. He's like literally kicking her on her leg. So the whole class together went to ma'am and like complained about him. And for 1 month one month or something like that, he didn't come to the school.
I think he should have never come back for having done such.
Even I had a teacher, I had a tutor. I used to go to her house, and whenever I used to come, and if there's even one like small error, like I used to there's a story, like there's one man, the other guy's a hero. Like if I wrote one man, so if that's only one wrong, she gives a slap and she beats us up. So last time this kid didn't forgot to do his homework, he was sick, and like she threw him at the door like flipped open and he fell into the corridor. And like then his mother like took him out, and like after a while also he came back again, and after that still it was the same thing. And whenever when we complain to our mothers and she hit us, she takes us to the room in the corner. She tells us that do I hit you? If you tell it to your mom again, I'll beat you up again. She threatens us.
Oh my God, it's quite a monster of a tutor to have. So I understand, are you still going?
No.
Thankfully. I think she should stop taking tuitions.
Once my aunt, a tuition teacher slapped her leg, and it had a permanent effect. It's still there. Her right leg is slightly fatter than her left.
Okay. Yes.
In a class last year in a grade, we had a girl, and like she was a daughter of a teacher, and the teacher was also in the same grade. So like in most of the things she used to get selected, and what everyone used to say, she's a teacher's daughter, that's why she is getting selected. And everyone used to just spread rumors about her, and like in the bad sense also. But I believe that because of what you have talent, but she can't showcase her talent only because what everyone is saying, she's a teacher's daughter, that's why she's got selected. And I kind of understand the feeling because my mother herself has been a daughter of a principal, and she used to go to the same college. So that's why she tells me that you can't showcase your own talent. Okay? Everyone just criticizing you that you're a teacher's daughter, that's why you're getting selected. You don't have your talent, and so you don't need to show off at all. So I think you should really don't do that, because the girl really has conducted the stage very well, and she's very good at speaking and everything. So what's the harm in it? After all, she's representing our school. So we should be proud of that, but instead of that, you have an envious feeling every time for her. So I think that's something wrong.
Which is wrong. Okay,
Uh,
yes, Deva.
there's my mom, one of the friends, in her building there was a small kid, like in junior KG, or like smaller than that also. She used to go in a school where the teacher used to hit her with her nails. Like mostly the teachers who teach like small kids are not allowed to keep long nails. She like used to scratch the whole hand and like used to hit others like with a steel scale over here. And like when once her mom saw it, and like when she saw the whole scratches were there, and that also one of her hand was like bleeding, like used to bleed every day. Her school uniform literally had that red color. Yeah, and her mom even never bothered to see that. But when her father once saw that, he took a action. Like he removed, he complained to the man and removed his daughter from the school. But actually, they should have like complained to the police because it's like
Rather than, you know,
should go in the jail for it.
yes, because rather than it does not solve the situation. You rather have
other children.
some child will suffer at the hands of this
And that
brutality.
also one day, when the day after she complained to her mother just said something to the teacher. And the next day the teacher hit her on the nose with a scale. And like there was some problem in her nose also then. Like a wound, there's a fracture.
Yeah, probably.
And on the topic that boys are treating girls illegally. So we were playing football in my amphi. So like it was football, like it was me and my friends. We were champions in football. So and like there was this girl who used to come in my art class, and was one of my mom's friend's daughter. So when she had also come to play football with us, and we allowed her. She was really sad, and she thought that I'm like nothing in front of her. But I cheered her up to play, and she played really well. But a problem happened, and one of my players actually did an illegal move, and we got a penalty. A free kick. And that kid hit the ball so hard, it went on her face, and like she was like she got knocked out, and she fell on the floor, head front, and like she got hurt really badly.
You did it purposely.
So and I actually helped her get up, and I like walked her till her house. I like, took her. And then like at home, like I ran after I dropped her. Her maid was there, so like I ran to my mom and dad because her mom was at work. And like I ran to my house, I went to the telephone, I called her mom, and like her mom told really that she told, alright, just wait, I'll go home, thanks for the help. And like that's how we should not like treat them illegally. We should like cheer them up that they're same, everyone's same.
Yeah.
There's just like one or two things which are different, but humans are
Everyone
humans.
is same, and everyone must be treated equally, and not looked down upon, or not being seen as they need support or some kind of a crutches, and we are on a pedestal.
Boy in our school who is really illegally treated. So what I do is there are many people like that, and like he was getting bullied really badly, and I was watching him every day. So once I took him with me, I told him that when they come, and he was not complaining, and everyone used to bully him like that, and like I was feeling a bit bad. So later, and the others were they all were together, they used to come, all of them used to come together and say, get off! But they used to say all that, and the poor guy had to get off, even if he had to do some work. So, and he used to score really good marks. He used to get 100 on 100 and all. And they used to still tell him that tu pagal hai, and they used to tell all this to him. So it was not only him, there were many people. So right now he's my best friend and he's not getting bullied at all.
Okay.
I tell him, he bullies you, you go, you run into your class, he won't come in your class. Or just tell him, you don't irritate me, I'll tell him. So like when he says that, like they're like, sorry,
Okay.
so like they're like that and like I helped him and like he's now equally treated as the others. And now I'm treating everyone, I'm making everyone, like there's this kid called Omkar, he doesn't talk much in school, he's like really 1 or 2 words of the day in school. So I actually made him talk a lot. And like now he's one of the best kids in the class because of that.
That's quite nice, Agastya. You know, how you narrate your stories. I see that you try to help out your friends, and that's the way one should be. You know. Yes, Reva.
Like one of my friends was like, everybody used to tease her like tu pagal hai, but one day I went in front and I just said that, see, pagal means mad and mad's full form is married and disciplined. She's married and disciplined. Like we come up with some new full forms of the word and I just used one of them and then
You don't care, these are mental affected donkeys. Are you one? Are you one?
Yeah, no, there's always a
Positive
and a negative, and the force is also more in, you know,
Girls
both
say
ways. It's how you
mother,
have to
daughter,
deal with
daughter,
it.
come darling.
Yes,
say
I-
mother,
There's also cool, which stands for constipated, overrated. I forgot the other old loser.
So okay, that's
That's
cool.
what like when somebody says I'm cool and then somebody does and then yeah, you're constipated, overrated, something loser. That's very famous in
Nice, yeah, I didn't know of any.
Luckily,
thanks for.
and people make in our school they say CID hai kya? Cockroach in danger. The new
So
full
that's
form
like
of
for
CID.
someone who's
Yeah, they, like who's in our school actually they do everything. They kya laya hai? CID laya hai? Repeat.
Okay.
Then they say what have you learned in geography today? CID. China, Italy, Denmark. China, India, Denmark.
Okay, so there are many.
In our school, the teachers are
Using
involve
anagrams?
themselves in this. So like if you have anyone done anything wrong, so it's they just make them understand. So like you don't have any hitting, you're not allowed to hit a child
Right.
in our school. That's a ban basically. And the best part is if you're doing a complicated sum of maths, like the miss will just from a small thing she will make a joke of it, and everyone will just start to laugh. So that's it's a very good thing that our miss is involved in all this. So I feel really very nice to be with them.
like on the last day of school we say happy CID. So can someone guess what the full form?
Children's Independence Day.
And like we are teaching.
We say that we do that, but we say that, like some of us who are like serious, they say that exam not over. You have this third or second term remaining. They said no need for celebration. Start studying.
These are some
Teachers.
One of the teacher in our school, like we are just studying so seriously, like math we are just writing so seriously and all that. Mrs. like, chillax kids, you're still in 6th, you're not in the, like seriously, like this, she went down like that. And like everybody laughed so much, then it looked like we are not in like 10th and 11th. Otherwise, like we were studying so seriously, like just we then after she completed her period, we took out our books in a break. Also, we take out our books and we start studying everything. Every time she comes in a break and she reminds us like we are not in 10th and like, now enjoy your life. When you are big, that time you just forget all that things.
They also like people make fun of SOS. They say like when someone is like not well, they make fun of that guy and they say save our souls. And it's save our souls.
Third topic is KidZania, the gateway for a better world. Do you really believe that? So what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you say KidZania, when you say when someone says KidZania, what comes to your mind? Which are from?
Artificial sky.
Okay.
Environment.
Cool. Fun.
Frolic.
Okay.
Enjoyment with friends and others.
Cool. So like, did you know about a tagline like "Get ready for a better world"?
Yes.
Okay. Do you really think that KidZania is a place where kids should actually get ready for a better world like the world?
Yeah.
How?
Because there are like dustbins almost like everywhere. So KidZania is very clean. And also like they learn to wait in a line like not like in the railway stations. And they learn to be patient.
Do you understand what the term vision and mission of a company? Okay. For every company to survive, when it comes up, it has to have one single vision. Okay. And that single vision is what helps them survive. So, what is your favorite brand?
Adidas.
Adidas, Nike. Brand, yeah. Adidas. Sorry? Okay. Okay. Puma. Cool. So these companies have survived so far because of a mission. So because of a vision, they have one particular vision which they harp onto whenever they have their own, whenever they have their new campaigns or new products. Okay. So that is what motivates and inspires people. So now in KidZania, the vision of KidZania is to spark the hearts and minds of every kid around the world and to empower them to make this place a better world to live in. Like this is what we try to promote. This is what happens. So when we say role plays, where kids would actually come and experience the profession, that's what happens. So now, do you think that is KidZania really a place for a better world?
Yes, because like children can experience many professions and decide later in life what they want to do. Because now they want to do many things, but if they experience and know what it is actually, they can decide particularly what they want to do.
Right.
They get exposure to new and different kinds of things, like when they visit KidZania, like if I want to do like 4 to 5 things, then if I go and try them, like then I can decide what I want to do, like based on my comfort level and stuff.
Right.
They
So,
learn to handle money.
nice. So,
Whatever I thought.
Parents are not holding over you, like you should do this, you should do that. It's a free world, you can do whatever you want. Learn to be independent.
when was the first time you had come to KidZania? Okay.
First week of September.
Oh wow. You guys?
I come with my school in November last year.
Last year.
2-3 years.
So what? So like before entering KidZania, did you guys have any idea what KidZania was?
Yes.
I've heard from my friends because I'm not from Mumbai, I'm from Delhi. So they all told it's a very good place and this and that. So it's like, okay, it might be, let's go and see what it is. And then
So I want to know like what was the experience for the first time when you entered KidZania, you had your complete 5 or 9 hours, and then when you came out like wow, like what was that wow experience?
I came for a birthday party.
Okay.
So like we were 8 to 9 people, and the boys were different. So when I got in, almost 6 people were new to it, and obviously the birthday we had already visited. And we were like, this place is like so awesome, and we tried out different things, and then we clicked pictures. We tried out different outfits in the fashion studio. We learned dance.
Okay.
It was just a fun experience.
Yusuf?
I had a lot of fun with my friends. We learned the value of money, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. Huh?
We went with a group of friends and
the same thing.
Like what was the experience, like the awesome experience? Okay, you can think about it. So,
My experience after coming out was like, damn, I'm gonna go again. I found this really kind of friend. I dumped him halfway and did whatever I wanted to do. Then I found him later and I was like, "Chal bahar."
what is the best profession you formed so far?
What was the best? I don't really remember at that time.
Okay, now, what is the best profession you want to go again and again and again?
Again and again. It was like the flight simulator.
Cool.
And
Actually, when I entered KidZania, I came to school. So the KidZania dance was going on, so I thought that they welcome everyone in the same way. So I first went to that Gujarat block.
Security
My
block.
father works there.
Okay. Huh?
I come from my school, so there was very big lines to enter, and then the 9th and 10th girls were like, wait, I'm just coming in. They used to enter the line anyhow. So it took me, I did only 4 activities in those 5 hours because there was so much big lines and the 9th were not allowing us to enter. So first experience was not that good. We were tired of standing there only. Second time I came with 3 of my friends, and that time I enjoyed a lot. I was able to do many activities and we were like, awesome, we want to come again. And I again came with those friends only.
Okay, cool.
We have a tagline for KidZania. It's a gateway to a better world.
No, it was
So do you-
get ready for a better world.
Look, no, it's a gateway to a better world. So we say, we're here to build a better nation by kids. So the question is, do you agree that KidZania is a gateway to a
Because
better world?
we are teaching to prepare for next in our future. So like if you want to become, that's how you choose what's ahead. Unless being confused and saying, what am I good in? Am I good in maths or something? But over here, you will find out what you want.
What it's
Because
like
you'll
being an
know.
adult.
It's
Learning in
it's
classes.
like being an adult, and you get it then what you want to be when, and you don't then you can focus better on the thing which is better. Like if you're a firefighter, you should be the best in running and other things, because when there's a fire you have to run, and when you're a pilot you need calculations for altitudes and other things, so you should be good in math, so and so on, learning in a fun way.
Before coming to KidZania, I was like, what am I going to be in future? I'm like useless. I don't even like to study. I don't even I dance sometimes.
Actually
and
different
when
from
I've seen
theme parks. It's
a
like a
dance,
place, but it's not just a place where to dump your kid. It's a place to learn. It's in a fun way.
when I used to see her dance, so I'm like, I'll dance, and then after seeing her,
Again, everyone, they were saying something.
and after seeing her singing, sure, I just start singing, and I didn't know what I wanted to be. But after coming to KidZania, I realized I have a talent, I can just express my emotions very well. I know how to act so nicely, and then my mom started putting me in fashion shows, and I in some kind of access bank ad also. So after doing that, I'm I'm really nice in acting, so I can be an actress when I grow up, because the expressions that I do is really nice to make. Even my teacher used to say, there was a small skit in my school, for Grandparents' Day, and I was the main character because I just expressed my feelings so nicely. I was just free, I was just telling anything to my teacher without bothering.
You feel KidZania helped discover that?
And I've also seen that some people do not want that. They're greed in KidZania. You know that KidZol, right? The money, they want that. They don't want anything else. They want a credit card. And then they'll start their own game, they'll start a Monopoly or something. I've seen that.
They do that?
Yeah, my friends are doing that. They're also showing off in school. They're getting KidZol. Now I see school people. I'm hearing thefts because their wallets, they keep it in their pockets, and they forget that it's in their pockets, and someone takes it out and they take it.
And in DHL, I have kept, I remember this well, and I always keep my wallet in my bag, and I either like hide it in the middle of some book or something, or I put it in my pocket and I say, "Yeah, please can I just wear it like this? I don't want to keep it."
And my tip
They actually remove the what they do is when everyone is gone, like to do the activity. For example, police. And like one will stay back and the others, when the others are gone, they'll remove it and they'll take the kids or either they'll take the wallet.
I have 2
wallet
points.
also.
When my picnic was there, one boy's wallet was stolen, that paper wallet, because in our school money is not allowed, wallet is not allowed. So that paper wallet, someone stole it. So everyone wear the hygiene cap.
They
Keep
put
that
it in there
wallet
and
this and did like
But
that.
that's a bit bad thing because start get with the hair. It's not good. Your hair can be dirty also.
And another thing is,
No, what's not good? You're saying keeping money in your
In your seriously, what if it tears? What if it tears? You never know. When you're bending down to pick up something seriously, it'll all fall out like rain, like a rain of money.
and another thing is, a suggestion means activity in KidZania. If we make a taxi driving taxi driving.
Taxi driver.
That driving seats car, we have to
thinking
drive
of that.
the taxi in all the KidZania and
I was thinking about that.
and we have
Actually,
to
we now introduced a chauffeur role. So there's like, chauffeur-driven car in the driving street. But it's not like a cab in which it does not go around the city, but in the driving street itself.
But I had a problem, as he said, these guys who drive, are they sure they're not going to bash into something? Because the signals are high and I was the first.
no one follows the signal.
Safety and security measures are very high because it's a kids area. Yes, okay, we do like
So
this.
that's why I don't want cars.
No one follows the signal.
No one follows the signal. They just run off.
But I did not even know that.
That's another thing of the police being at 10, 12.
And another thing is, can we make that security bracelet in such a thing that just like a smartwatch means
Something which will like beep when you do something.
it will screen and we will select the activities. It will
No, that should be
show
too
live.
expensive also for KidZania. That's expensive. You know how much?
They pay more for the
A
kids.
phone plus a watch. Think of that weight of that material they need to make it and how smart
But
it
if
looks. All this will cost money and
But
I don't think that will be a lot of
He
expense.
ready to pay extra. If it is expensive, can we
Then
make
no one will
a
come to
software
KidZania
for the
if it's
phone
expensive.
in KidZania? We can make a software for phones which will help them in the KidZania.
Have a health center
What
where you can call, like, if you have any
Problems? That's information desk.
So the RFID which is there, and when you scan it, it is linked to a software.
Yes,
which
and it's a beeping whenever you go into any activity, you scan it.
captures all the
It,
data.
you get the data and on the main computer and you know where you are.
Yes.
So when they
you
want
can
to track you,
locate it.
they go to the
Yeah.
latest place and the guy asks you, your time is up, okay?
Yeah, you're
You
right.
have to leave, we'll return your kids. So either if the activity is almost getting done, you can just wait for 5 minutes, you
And
take it and you have to leave at the end.
Correct. Okay. You have something to say.
And one more thing, you guys gave that map, right?
Mhm.
I say you make the map a bit bigger because over there was some slot to keep the money and debit card on the map on the other side.
That was very
But
small.
it won't. Yeah, it was really small. You can't keep.
Our kids
like,
won't fit in there.
yeah, it won't fit in there.
Okay.
So
And
if it's a bit bigger,
It's
it
been
will be
modified.
better.
Some
It is
people
being
have
modified.
free debit card with them.
So there's a wallet
I
you
have
get
it,
no,
I have it.
in the
I have
department
223.
store.
Yeah, I got that Bachi one.
I have a problem. I don't know which account where my money is. I don't know. I have 70 to 75 in one. Now I have to go to the bank. I have to take all
Can
the
we make 2
money.
debit cards?
I have 5. I don't know.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I have to
driving
remove all of it.
We can make 2 driving licenses.
when I went to KidZania first, like when I showed the
Yeah.
card, once they told that this is like this is expired or something. In spite, there was written the date was like 2017 or something, and it's expired. So the next time I went, like I didn't remember that I already checked it. My friends said like you just check it. So I checked it and we had around some 100 or something kids. So last time I went when I needed it, it was showing 0, and this time I went, it was showing 100. So like, I was confused what exactly happened to them.
There's some error either in the machine or either in your car.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay,
same thing here. When I first went to KidZania, I had put my 50 at the end. So I had 50. The next time I came, I had nearly 300.
So you would have
get
earned
interest.
Yeah, and you get interest, and you would have earned. You must have worked.
You
and,
get
that money
if
would
you
have been
if you
credited to
store
your account.
100 kidzos and after 6 or 12 months,
No, but come on,
you get 170. You get 70 plus.
But I can't get 250.
Yeah, in 1 month we get 70.
4 days.
No, that's
How
not
can you run
how it
170
is.
million?
Unless probably worked, in establishments and the money is being debited to
I've
his
gone to
account. We
Mumbai.
have Reva say what she's wanting to say something. Since
Once I went to KidZania, that time like I went for driving. The person said that if like we just
okay,
I have one more thing.
I forgot what that thing was.
These guys at KidZania, like I think even children are getting bored because the adult is also getting bored. Because like last time they would come in 8, 8, 14. Like they were like that. The kids were also getting bored. Like what is going on? Like if there was more like energy in the person, like welcome to Thai, welcome to KidZania. Like if they were like that, the children would be much excited that wow, KidZania is amazing, and like they could have been more for profit and other things. But
okay, so that eventually, since we want to conclude this, brings us to this is your final session of being a council member with KidZania. So how has the experience been with you guys, and has it helped you? Would you recommend it to your friends? And if you could point them to the social pages and they can download the form and so on. So let's everyone quickly have an opinion before you fill the questions.
I had gone to the culinary school, and when I made something and I gave myself, after that experience I went home and I used to make things myself, and the joy of eating it.
What did you make then? Like what?
I made the same thing at home. The kiwi thing.
Ah. So.
I went to the KidZania departmental store and it improved my business management skills, like how to keep track of the stock and then calculate a profit and all that.
Okay. Very good. So,
okay, I liked everything.
Something very specific.
The shaman dance.
Okay. Like you like that.
Like you have the store in KidZania with which you can buy things for kids. So it's like when you tell your parents buy this, you don't even care how much is it for, but you just want it. When you earn your own money and then you have to spend it, it hurts sometimes. So that's the way you learn the importance of money, and then you think before you tell your parents to buy something for you, which is not of use sometimes. So it is like buy things which are extremely needed.
Okay. Has the whole experience so far helped you and your friends? Okay. Like you guys have some sort of experience, and maybe your friends were like you guys you talk about it, right? Like can you cite an example of the same?
Can you repeat the question?
Of course. Has the whole experience so far helped you and your friends?
Can you give an example?
Okay, let me see. When I first entered here in KidZania, I was like, this is a completely different world altogether. This is not a city, this is not an amusement park for me. This is something else altogether. If I would have been exposed to this kind of environment, I would have been something else altogether. So, and when I told my friends about it, they were of the same opinion. So, my experience over here was, this is something very awesome which would have changed someone else's life altogether. So, I come in over here, I look at myself and I decide, ki, hey, if this is what the future holds for people, for kids everywhere around, then I think I should better it on a different level every day and on a daily basis. That's what me and my colleagues keep doing it. As of now, I propose the profession of being a control room operator. Any idea what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, control room operator is the one who, yeah, so the entire room is filled with screens and he has to observe each and everything. So this is like, and he will be given several tasks to look into, like night vision stuff, give the reported feedback to the KZPD stuff like that.
Can't spy open.
Sort of. So
When is it coming?
it's being proposed. Let's see if someone accepts it. Do you have people?
Hope it comes.
Cool. So, like an example of how your friends have been inspired, or it has helped them to do something better. Like, okay, do you, when you were kids or when you came before KidZania, did you have any profession in mind? I would want to become this. Like up until now, I wanted to become a doctor before my 10th. Like to have a doctor tag on my name, Dr. Nikhil Dhare, something like that. Like any profession you that just skip KidZania out of your mind right now. And a profession which you wanted to really do. What you wanted to become, basically?
I wanted to become a psychologist.
Wow. You have competition in the future.
I'll get you.
So,
I wanted to become a cricketer. Wanted.
wanted to.
Pop star. Wanted. Psychiatrist.
Okay. So, bro. Okay.
Those anchors on TV shows.
Okay.
Keep blabbering.
Nice. So now your experience with Zina. So now has the experience influenced your decision, or has it completely changed altogether? Now what do you want to become?
It's the same.
Okay, psychiatrist. Then?
Not decided.
Sorry?
Not decided.
Not decided.
Now businessman or a hotelier.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
Not decided.
Some sort of engineering.
Some sort of engineering. Cool. What is KidZania for you? Like, can you define KidZania, or like just a small sentence would do?
Learning platform with lot of fun.
Okay.
My learning is fun.
Okay.
Making learning exciting.
Having fun.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Being independent.
So when you guys are saying learning, like, do you really accept the word learning? Like, do you really actually learn something, or is this a fun part? So what, like?
Learning with fun, like you learn the importance of money. You can choose your career like that.
Okay.
20% learning, 80% fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay. Now we move on to the next topic, that is KZ member experience. So you remember the first time when you guys were in the GD, the PI, the oath ceremony, then the first session, then second, the third, and now we're here. Okay, a small joke. Now, how was the experience so far? Right from the form filling. Okay, who filled up your forms? Like, was it from the school? Was it your own decision? School. Nice. You?
10%.
Did you have any idea what council would be?
I did. My
Yeah,
best friend was council member last year.
Same.
Okay.
Ours was like they told that you have to fill this form and we never knew what is this for and all that. They told you to fill and give. So we submitted to this.
How has the experience been so far as a council member?
Really good.
Like, can be like a bit more. Can you describe the feeling of like or the experience a bit more? Okay.
It was a surprise at first.
Hmm.
Like, oh, KidZania council, yay. Then it was like, yeah, really good.
Because in the form it was written that it would be a very tough round. So I felt scared, and then I thought that I won't be selected. I just fill up the form and go. My father insisted on filling it up.
Being a council member, you get to know different perspectives of others and their opinions.
It makes you a bit more responsible, and it also makes you proud.
I was surprised that I was a council member when I first received this call. I was like, what is this? I just completely forgot about this. But then when I realized I have to go for a group discussion, I was like, whoa. And then when I got selected, then I was like, I'm into something. I have my own uniform, I have my cap, I have my badge, I'll be getting a visa. And then it was awesome. You know, you feel responsible.
Mine was like the day my mother received a call, it was my open day, so I thought I'm not going. It was just a form filling which our school told us to do. But then my mother told that you should try. It's not every time that you will become, or it's not compulsory, but you should try it. I had a fear of speaking and all that, but then my mother told go. So I thought, okay, then I had told my teacher that I'll help you with the papers, but then my teacher told no, you should go. So I came with my mother in my school uniform. And then when I was selected, it was like wow, and my father and my mother were proud of me.
So I've seen your videos. Okay, I wasn't there when your audition was going on, but I've seen your videos because I had to know what is that, like my seniors like selected you. Like there had to be something very awesome in you, like which made you stand apart from the other audience. Okay, so you guys had that leadership or the responsible approach or that something outstanding thing. So as a council member, how would you continue your approach for a better world? Like we try to do something where we're trying to tell kids or tell our visitors that you could become this is a good profession, you could earn more, like you could develop skills. So like now as a council member, you must have told your friends, yeah, we do this or we do this and we do that. This is what KidZania belongs. This is what KidZania is all about. How would you still try and keep that approach of making the place a better world? Like we had just given the sapling, and then it was your response. Like it was your thing to plant it, to bring it up, and to tell your friends, hey, we did that. And then we did the Ganesh Chaturthi thing. We went to Raksha Bandhan for the Metropolitan people. So now this is this is where you're trying to show that yes, okay, I'm up for it. I can still do it. So how do you keep your approach to make this place a better world? Because do you think our society which we live in is a good place to live in?
Not really, and this Independence Day, our society secretary had organized after the celebration, everyone would plant one sapling in the garden, and you decide which sapling you want to plant. There were many types, and where you want to plant. And then the gardener helped us, and all of us, we have 68 plants, so all of us came together and we planted one. So this could be held every year. And then you have to take care of your own sapling too.
What will your approach be basically? So she has the sapling plantations in a pot like that. Something that just top of your mind, which you might not even practice, but hey, if it's there in your mind, then maybe you can practice. There's a possibility of that.
Maybe we can thank the soldiers and everything for whatever they are
protecting us well.
Yeah.
So how will you do it? Like some sort of idea?
Keep a holiday every day.
No, that's not that's not that's not this side. We cannot do that.
Could just call some of families, some of the families where the soldiers have died because of terrorist attacks and everything. So we could thank them and express condolence.
So,
on WhatsApp, I got a message that someone had agreed to pay for the education of the children of 18 soldiers who had
Gujarati
just
businessman, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Gujarat. So, okay, you guys you guys are not running much because KidZania is not available. It's not used to outside, but you can't of course fund someone else's education. But what you guys could do is, this is an option or an approach what you could practice. Like you said, you could thank the soldiers for the service and the support. You have a huge gang. You said 15 people. Then you also have a class. You have your entire school. You can make a huge letter, or you could.
We did that. Like, we made a huge letter for all the soldiers at the border, and then inside it there were small letters from everyone.
Cool.
So like those were given to the soldiers at the border, and then last week they sent back like a photo of all of them holding the letters. That was
That's
really
super.
good.
That is super.
Ours were like, we were told to make cards for Independence Day for them and thanking them for what they have done. So we did that, and then the cards were sent by the school to them.
Like something like this, like we feel nice when we are appreciated. Let's say a parents gives some work, a teacher gives some work, and then someone appreciates you. Hey, that's a nice job you did. We feel nice, right? So imagine like your ideas were nice. You guys already practiced it. Like you appreciating them, because nobody appreciates them. Like nobody has the means or knows how and why how to appreciate them or how to say thank you to them. But that was a great idea for you. You guys already practiced. You guys can still practice. Make a huge letter, or make a Facebook group, or make a WhatsApp group, and make everyone add their contribution to it. And if you want to make it physical, like I said, make a huge letter, have everyone else's letter, and give to any of your parent or an elder who can transport the thing to them. They will feel appreciated, they will feel nice. Yes, Anisha.
Not just only soldiers, people who work in your house, in your school, your peons, the DDs who are there, you appreciate, just say a small thank you and wish them good morning, good evening, good afternoon, goodbye. Like make them feel that they are like teachers, like. And I have seen students, because I have been working in school for past 4-5 years. So I've seen students, they are not treating the maids, they are not treating the peons properly. They actually mistreat them, but they can't help it. They just, they overlook it. But I am sure they must be feeling really great. If 90% of the students are really not respecting them, there are 10% of the students who respect them. So at least that part also, like this is a very good thing with soldiers, but around people who are always around you, and because of them your school is clean, because of them your house is clean, you're getting food or whatsoever. So thank them for them.
Has anyone seen Lagero Munda White?
Yeah. Hugs
Yeah, Jasmine. So that's what basically the appreciation part comes into the picture. You feel nice that someone is
considering
yeah.
you.
Someone considers your work very nice. Okay, you guys are left. What will your approach be in the future as a council member? Ex-council member. How will your approach be to make the place better?
Do more things like what was done in council, like continue such stuff. Like, that's my
Sir?
I would like to plant them sapling.
Okay.
More sapling.
How will you do it?
I have one backyard at my house.
Okay.
And plant them there.
So that restricts you to keep it to yourself. How will you bring it to the society? Because there's a reason you were selected to bring a change in the world, to bring a change in the society. How will you try and do that? Your sapling idea is super, but how will you initiate it in the society?
I will go all around the house and request them to do it, and then I will tell them what they do it. So that if they don't like, I can show them. Yes, I will do.
Okay. Yeah.
Cleanliness also.
How?
Like we had a topic to make a clean city, so take an initiative of at least in a day, if there are 2 to 3 people, you can stop them by throwing. Take your parents also. Like sometimes our parents only don't know, like we are traveling in the car and they throw something out of the window. So we can stop our parents also, like in the road. Like Nikhil has this whole habit of stopping people on the road, in the train, that don't do this, it's not right. And they really answer you back as if we have done some criminal, that is a crime, that is a whole different story. But at least take an oath that we will, if something wrong is happening, like someone is throwing some paper out or anything out, so we will stop them.
So luckily my voice is a bit loud. So what do I do with that as I take the advantage of it? So if there is someone who is littering around or spitting on the road, I see to it that they clean the spit and they clean up what they have thrown. I've had around more than 50 fights, like verbal fights with people who were not ready to pick up the garbage. So I made them pick up the garbage and put it in a dustbin which which was lying right beside them. It was just a laziness and their carelessness that they had to just throw it around. So don't fear at all of people like what
You
will
being
what will
kids don't fight.
Yeah,
Okay?
like it's not.
Politely, it's a very, you all are kids,
Yeah.
so even if you all are very polite, uncle, please can you pick this up, and if they deny, then no harm of not the spit and the part, but if some paper is there, then we can pick it up in front of them, then they will remember the next time, you know, if something is happening, at least someone is taking initiative, because if you all as 6 people over here and then your friends, you all making up a gang, and you know we will take an oath, not only just specific days but every day. In one person also you stop, you really feel nice. I don't do it on daily basis, but whenever I do it, it makes me feel really good that yes, I have participated in making a change. So that's it.
So as of now, current council members, what will be your message be for the future council members? Why?
Because there's something different in you.
Like some message. Let's say your friend is going to be the next council member, your best friend, and what will be your message be?
Do your best. Enjoy each session and give up more better ideas to make KidZania a more better place, and do good things in your society, in your school.
You?
And in our school, it was like, as we said, that we should respect the tunes and all. In our school, last Independence Day, it was our sister had told the tune to be the chief guest. So
Wow.
he hoisted the flag and the certificates, like last year certificates are given on Independence Day. So he was the one who gave the certificates to everyone.
Very nice. What will your message be for the next council members?
Continue doing all the all the good work. Yeah.
Okay, so
Contribute your building, making the society better.
cool. Now?
Be initiative and like don't take it for granted in a way or
Yes, Anisha.
And whenever you all have a session like this, if my friend was there or if anybody, take it seriously. Let's not keep it limited to like this, and take it back and follow. That will be one of the messages.
Okay. Now, as council members right now, okay, this is the final session. This is what our topic was. To initiate something or the other, to bring back the culture, to have our moral discipline if possible, which you guys will be disciplined in the next 5 to 10 years, automatically. That just comes into you. And now, so how will you help reach out the message of council members? Like right now, we're trying to promote council. We are re-electing. The election is going on. It's still going on. It will stop on the 10th of October. How will you help the message reach out?
Tell our school friends, society friends.
Cool. Okay. Like how will you do it?
There's a really cool thing called KidZania Council. You've got to try it out.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Make a blog or something on social sites. Put it and spread awareness.
Now? So?
They can also, like on Instagram or Facebook, they can share their own experience that I have gained so much things and I had a real good time.
Are you guys
Now
on
you
Instagram?
can get-
Okay,
I've
so
shared KidZania's post.
cool. On our site we have your photos of the whole ceremony photos. You can check that out and you can post. You could post the same on Instagram. Yeah, we were the government body of KidZania. We had discussion on this and that, and we helped the society make a better place to live. You can do that. There's a Facebook thingy, and because the first thing you need to do is sign up a form, which you get online. Just go to our site or the forms will jayega, so you can just promote that directly. Okay.
Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
If we go online, you need to download it and then to take a printout or.
Listen, you need not download it. Online ही होगा. You just need to fill in the data send it away. That's all. Okay. I was a part of the last 3 sessions. It was really great to have your discussion. I met you today. It was still great. It was very awesome. Thank you for coming for the last session. You guys contributed superbly. I had what little insight I had in the last session. It expanded on a big time level. These 3 topics came because of your because while I was going through all the videos of the last 2 sessions, I realized, hey, there's a possibility of these topics, like sort of main topics, which could help you think of something else altogether. And thank you for that, and thank you for your amazing contribution, your cooperation. Yes, I wasn't there for the initial ceremony, but I missed that. I don't mind that, missing that, but still, like, I'm honored that I'm here to speak to you all right now. I got a good 1 or 2 hours to pick your brains. So this small question I share with you. Could you share it? Fill it up. It would be great.